everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Debbie and I read a lot of books. Today for Sequel Sunday I am carrying on with the Jessie Hunt series by Blake Pierce. I've just started book 6 and so I thought what a perfect chance to kind of just go over everything. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the series. Something quite significant has happened which has made me think that this would be a good time to do this. Over the first 5 books you get a lot about Jessie's history and her past trauma, to the point where you find out that she's been in a form of witness protection. One of her parents died when she was young, the other parent was involved in the death. I'm trying to be a bit cryptic because I don't want to spoil it for people who may not have read the first 5 books. At this point, quite a significant threat to Jessie has been taken out by Jessie, and I find it interesting that this threat, this person, has been killed so early on in the series, because there's 26 books. But yeah, the fact that this threat has been killed, that it feels like the threat has been passed on, because Bolton Crutchfield, the man that Jessie got to meet in the first books, who is being held in a very secure facility. We're at a point where Bolton Crutchfield had escaped. We found out that there were people on the inside that were helping Bolton and the others to escape. And to be honest, when we found out who the mole was, I wasn't that surprised, because I thought that person was a bit iffy from the get-go. So when it came out that this person was the mole, it was just like... But yeah, so when we found out that this person was the mole, I was just there thinking, this doesn't sort of surprise me in the slightest, and it'll be interesting going forward with Bolton's storyline, with Crutchfield's storyline, as to how much of a threat he becomes. Because throughout the books, as Jessie has been interviewing him, it's quite obvious that Bolton is very much in the Hannibal Lecter style things. He doesn't eat people. I don't mean by that, but he is obviously a very prolific serial killer. He's locked up for a reason, so when he escapes, it's quite a big deal. And even though Jessie does not really believe Crutchfield to be a threat to her, he is a threat to other people. So at the point when he gets out, it's just like, okay, so the person that he admires, the person from Jessie's past, has definitely been killed this time. There have been a couple of near misses with that first threat, where people thought he was dead, and it turned out he wasn't. It's undeniable that that threat is officially dead, because Jessie killed him. Because of the spoiler of the first book, I think probably on the next one, the next video I'll make, I'll go more into Jessie's history, I think, because by that point I'll be on book 10. So I would have thought that by the time I've done book 10, people are either read them or they're just not that bothered about spoilers, because I'm talking about up to book 10. But yeah, again, I'm still absolutely loving this series. I'm completely baffled as to where it's going to go forward, because 20 more books to go, because this is book 6 and there's 26. When there's 20 more books to go, figuring out who the other threats are going to be going forward, because it's not just going to be Crutchfield going forward, there's going to be somebody else. There has to be, because they cannot have just Crutchfield going through all 26 books. And for the first 5 books, well, technically the first 4 books, because it was kind of like, was it around about the end of book 4, beginning of book 5, that we found out that Crutchfield had escaped? But for those first 4 books, Jessie, there was a mutual understanding there, because Jessie was interviewing him as a profiler to get inside the minds of serial killers, and Crutchfield, in a way, had a kind of respect for Jessie because he knew who she was. He knows her history. He has a great respect for a certain person in Jessie's past, which is the ultimate threat to everybody, but all the way through so far, Crutchfield has been trying to protect Jessie. So, in book 5, when Jessie gets a letter from Crutchfield saying, this threat's been taken out, I think we should both move on, and you're just like, what does this mean? You get the idea that Crutchfield's going to go back to his old ways now that he's out. And yeah, it's completely fascinating. I mean, I've always kind of had a bit of a, how would you describe it? Like, I'm very interested in true crime. And I'll admit, I'm not a great documentary watcher, but I'm a Wikipedia reader. And I have this weird fascination about reading about real life mysteries, like missing people, unresolved murder cases, things like that. I've always been very interested in stuff like that. Don't ask me why. So I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just interested to read about those things and kind of understanding the mentality of all of it. Maybe that's why I like reading murder mysteries. It's kind of got that side to it. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, as somebody who's very, very interested in murder mysteries and real life crime, and trying to see kind of the influences from real life in the books and see if there's any connections to any real life cases or even fictional cases in regards to the similarities to like Silence of the Lambs, when you've got that profiler and prolific murderer relationship. Because in fact in this case it's more than one, because you've got Jessie's relationship with Crutchfield, but then you've also got her relationship with somebody in her past, which is catching up with her, and how that affects her relationships with other people, and how it affects her job. Because as a profiler, throughout the books, you find out that she's very good as a profiler. Oh, my light just went out. I have to go on without this light here. I think I need to charge it. But yeah, it's so interesting, and I just find it really cool. It's that psychological stuff. It's the suspense, and I find that really fun to read. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this series. I'll check in again at book 10 now, because I checked in to talk about kind of like my initial thoughts going into this after reading the first few books. And now I just thought I'd check in at book 6 to kind of go over what I've understand so far, and the fact that something quite significant has happened in regards to the death of this threat. And yeah, it's really interesting to see where it's going to go forwards. I'm excited to see where it goes. It's the Jessie Hunt psychological suspense thriller books by Blake Pierce, and the book that I am just starting is The Perfect Look, book 6. I love the artwork for these books, by the way. They're so simple, but so effective. This author has done so many series. There's the Adele Sharp mystery, Au Pair series, Zoe Prime, Jessie Hunt, obviously, Chloe Fine, Kate Wise, Riley Page, The Making of Riley Page, Mackenzie White, Avery Black, Kerry Locke. This author has themes that he goes by, and it's like the Kerry Locke, oh, my timer, like the Kerry Locke mysteries, a trace of ... Avery Black, cause to ... Mackenzie White, before he ... They're all themed, and I think that's so cool. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I've just had my alarm go off, so I need to sort that out, and a bit of tidying, and I've got a singing lesson today, and I'm at the theatre tonight. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.